So if I hit you, do you get electrified like you ran into an electric fence? Yes, you do. I was hoping that'd be what it was. Oh, yep, there we go. There's the electrified stutter. Doesn't really do— oh, God! What? G'day, guys. My name's Josh. You can call me Jawoodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17, once again, where I am back in Jawoodle Park, looking out over everything from the top of the balcony, but I am back at the firing range, the original building of Jawoodle Park, the very first thing I ever built here, which spawned all of this. This was the first thing I ever made, but I am back at my firing range, because there is something brand new that I want to show you guys. Old mate Mayic, the legend that he is, the model who has made a lot of the mods that I use for a lot of things, like my racetrack road over there, and like the firearms, all that kind of cool stuff that I've shown before, has released yet another awesome mod. And this one's a little different to the others because this is just a whole array of different melee weapons, or melee, or however you pronounce it. I say it melee. I'm pretty sure it's the right way to say it, but I'm not gonna go to a fight about pronunciation again. I do that way too much as it is. And it is yet in true Mayic form. It is a completely all-encompassing mod. There's no oversights. It's detailed, it's thought through, it's fantastic. So I've come in to show you guys what there is to do and what you can get out of the new melee mod. And the first thing to show you guys is these two things here, which is where you actually make all of the weapons and mods, because him being him has put in a whole bunch of mods that you can put on the weapons to make it even cooler. So not only are there weapons, there are mods for the weapons as well. So this one here is your mod creator. Look, you've got all the mods through here. I'll go through these in a little bit and show you what they do, but then this one is where you create all your different weapons. So you've got a whole range of stuff all through here, but I've gone through and built myself every single one out of both of the crafting platforms and put them into here for us. In here, look at them all. I have all these weapons to try out, and then here I have all of the mods. So the first things first, I need to get myself— I'll start just like at the basics, the things that aren't weapons but can be used as weapons, like, you know, an ice pick and a salvaged axe and a skinner and all that kind of stuff. In fact, what have we actually got here? What have we got? We've got a little hatchet, we've got some weird little kitchen utensil, we've got a salvaged axe. Wow, that's giving me full, like, the forest vibe. Remember the forest? I loved the forest, but it was an aeroplane axe in that one, actually. It wasn't really a salvaged axe, but that reminds me of the axe in the forest, and that's making me feel good. I love that game. What else is there? A little skin enough? Yeah! And we've also got yet another the forest weapon, a little ice pick as well. I like it. Okay, well, I have the weapons. I'm gonna go through each kind of tier of the weapons, because, like, you go from, like, the random tools that can be used right up to, like, actual proper weapons. So I'll spawn in some Arlenes, and we'll see what they can do. So damage-wise for the tools, we've got 5 damage on the hand axe, we've got 14 damage on the Mezzaluna, whatever. We've got 24 on the salvage axe. That's the best one so far. Skinner, 14. Skinner! So that's the same there. And the ice pick does 5. So the ice pick and the hand axe are completely useless. That kind of makes sense. I mean, no one's really coming into this thinking, oh man, I can't wait to dome an Arlene. I spawned the wrong kind of zombie. You're not an Arlene. You lied to me, Jeffrey. You lied. But no one's waiting to come in here and stick an ice pick in some Arlene's head, are they? They want to get to the big, exciting stuff. I'll get there soon. Oh, you can— it goes really quick. You can, like, rapid fire ice picks into her head. That's brilliant. I mean, I'm going to be here for a while to try and kill her. It's not really going that quick, is it? Yeah, look, if you had the choice, you probably wouldn't use these things as your weapons. They're more of like a last resort. But I mean, it feels good to hit them anyway. So just like the ice pick, the hand axe is can attack quickly, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. You're not gonna— oh god! Unless you do that. Do the axes have like a higher probability of dismemberment? Because that definitely didn't happen with the ice pick. And nor really should it. I mean, if you embed an ice pick in between the hemispheres of Arlene's brain, I doubt her head would come off. With an axe, I would have kind of hoped so. So the axe is kind of decent. What about the Mezzaluna? When I was like, nope, Mezzaluna does nothing. What actually is this thing? Can I show me what's actually in my hands? Okay, I don't think that's actually going to be good as a zombie killing weapon. If there was a zombie apocalypse, this is not the kind of thing I would grab and think I had any way to defend myself with. I'm not even holding it properly. Put your hands on the handles. What about the little tiny skinny knife? Is that an actual, like, useful weapon? It's probably, like, you probably want to be taking this thing out when you go hunting deer and stuff. I assume that's probably the goal behind it. Actually, you know what? Can I do that instead? Animal, let's just search for animal and go stag. Alright, we'll get ourselves a stag. We'll come up behind it and just be like, no. There we go. If I kill the stag, how much meats do I get out of it? There we go. Alright, harvest. It's harvesting time. You get a whole bunch of steaks out of it. Oh boy. How many did I just get? I got 60 steaks out of that. That's quite a lot. Last but not least is the forest axe. I hope this does good for me. Oh god, it swings a little bit high. Do I have to like aim down to actually get decent headshots? I don't know. Oh god, Arlene, put your legs together. Jesus Christ. People talk about people sitting on trains and stuff, like manspreading to give themselves some ball space. Look at this. Arlene's manspreading like the best of them. That was, oh god, not only that, she did like the full like cartoon death, which is like folded backwards in half, showing the entire world what she's got to offer. Well, you know what, Arlene? I'm not interested. You need to keep that shit to yourself. I just wanna, can I dismember her friend with the axe, or is it all just like, is it just like knock down and kill? It does a fair bit of damage, which makes you feel better. See, she died with some respect. Previous Arlene is to watch that and take some notes. We've moved on to the next level of weapons. We've got a dull axe, a dull sword, an iron, and a kopesh. So what kind of damage do these things do? 13 on the dull axe. It's still not as good as the salvaged axe, the forest axe. 13 on the dull sword as well. The iron does 10, as you probably kind of expect, and the kopesh only does 15. I really would have thought the kopesh would be actually like really good. Look at it. That's a proper sword. I would have thought this would be doing like significantly more damage than a piece of scrap iron bolted onto a stick. Oh, well, whatever. Listen, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, and I'm begging. Just hack her up. If I can actually hit it. The aiming's a little bit difficult. It's like the actual animation of the sword takes it above the crosshairs. You kind of got to aim at the tits to get a good shot in the head. See? I'm a little curious what the iron is going to do. Is it actually going to like... I would love if it made like a sizzle. You know, like when you beat her over the head with an iron, like make a sizzle noise because it's like nice and hot and leaving iron imprints on her head. You probably couldn't leave the iron imprints because, you know, that would involve changing the actual character model. Oh, poor Arlene. Died with the mouth open, staring at the stars, wishing for a better life. Right, what about the dull sword? I mean, you don't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping. You don't do as much as the kopesh, but you still do a fair amount considering the kopesh only does 15. Oh, it feels good. It feels good though. It feels sturdy in my hand. It's probably not as blunt as a piece of paper if you folded it over. Because let's be honest, paper cuts would suck. Death by 1,000 cuts. Maybe we should throw some books at Arlene instead. Kill her with paper cuts. But I mean, it's reasonably decent. The same goes for the dull axe. Just a little hatchet designed for cutting wood, but instead I'm going to cut up Arlene. We finally moved into some actual weapons, and the first one, but definitely not the worst one, is going to be the baseball bat. The age-old classic, the stereotypical zombie apocalypse weapon. If you're going to get eaten by the undead, you got to have one of these packing just nearby, either this or a cricket bat if you're Sean. So yeah, the wooden baseball bat. That's 21 damage, so not as much as the salvage axe, but more like the kopesh and all that kind of stuff. But what I want to know is what sound it gives me when I nail an ally in the face. Does it give me that like real nice like cherry sound when you nail a ball with all the really nice baseball sound that everyone would understand, or is it just going to be like a punch in the face? Alright, let's find out. What was that? Is there like a crowd noise? Also, Arlene died in 2 shots. 1 normal stroke and 1 power shot, and Arlene's dead to the world. But is there like, can I do it on a wall that still count? There totally is. There's a crowd noise to it. I love it. It reminds me of worms. When you smack a worm with a baseball bat and they go in the drink, goes da 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 da, and I love that. It was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. So the baseball bat is actually pretty good. What else have we got in here? We've got a warhammer. That looks really cool. Warhammer 21, so same damage to the warhammer as a baseball bat. Sword is pretty freaking piss weak for a big sword. A mace does fucking amazing damage. 28, so the first weapon that's better than the scrap axe is the mace at 28. So I'll keep that in mind. Dagger, bone club, and last but not least, the bayonet. Okay. Well, I want to have a look, first of all, at this warhammer and see what looking at. That looks fucking wicked. That looks wicked. That looks like something that you would make in the zombie apocalypse. Like a big bit of steel with some jagged pointing edges bolted onto a handle of some kind to go and just like stick into the skulls of anyone who walks up. So, See, this is the thing though. It should be a one-hit kill. If I'm sticking 4 gigantic spikes in through the skull of a zombie, surely they would die. Surely that would be the end of the zombie's second undead life. That's gonna be the way. Like the whole thing behind zombies is destroy the brain or removing the head. Is an amazing thing to say on live news. But that's just the whole thing behind zombies. So surely this would kill them. I want to test out the sword to see if it's any better than the last one. I mean, it doesn't do much more damage than the previous ones. There's some nice. Oh, did I just hit 2? No, I don't think I did. How? Oh, the range on it's kind of nice though. This would actually help me. Look how far I can hit the zombies from. I can hit them. Oh, no, Arlene, please stop that. I can hit them from like 3 meters back. I don't need to be right up in their grills to hit them with a sword. That's kind of nice. And the little blood stain on the end of the blade makes me feel like I'm doing something. I quite like that. Because one more to do it. Yes, there we go. All right, I'm not gonna use the bayonets and the bone club on the zombies because they're not as good as some of the previous stuff. But I like that the bayonet is like a modern bayonet, and then you look at the dagger and it's like the classic bayonet. Like if you're in World War II running around with the Lee Enfield, this is the kind of bayonet you have. But if you're like using a modern assault rifle, that's it. Because let's be honest, if you've got a fully automatic gun, you're not gonna be running up and stabbing a zombie in the face, are you? This isn't The Walking Dead. You ain't taking that kind of risk. And I can't use the bone club just to see what kind of sound the bone club makes. Ah, that's a shame. I was really hoping to do like the whole like that really satisfying hollow tube sound, but it doesn't. That's a bit of a shame. Whatever. The sound design is still being worked on. By the time this actually gets released, because I'm recording this early, then the sound design might be different. But I hope it gets hope that Mayic puts that in. Oh, but in the meantime, let's just murder some zombies with a mace. Huh? Missed. Huh? There we go. 28 damage. Oh, the power stroke looks good, but you do have to get awfully close to use the mace against him. You can't hit him. Oh, you can put a bit of distance on it, actually. That's right. Maybe my aim's just terrible. That is one of the things with 7 Days to Die. It's not like if you're using like a swing on a bat or a club or whatever, it's not like anything in this range will take a hit. It's not like an actual path of a swing. It's just where you're aiming. So even if you're like face to face with a zombie, look, if I'm like standing in front of Arlene right here and I aim like over her shoulder, I don't hit her. You'd think at some point in this range here, I would probably make any sort of a connection with Arlene. Oh, I did on that last one. She wandered slightly into my crosshairs. But yeah, that's one of the problems with the 7 days. Not so much the mod, but 7 days in general. Look at that. These are some actual proper weapons now. This is like, if you had one of these in the actual zombie apocalypse, you would be loving life. I have a giant golden axe, which looks amazing. It does 24 damage, so just as much as the scrap axe, as the plain axe, which, you know, whatever. That's okay. Nothing too bad there. We've got a flail, which does barely anything. A gutter, which does even less. But I guess like a little gutting knife probably isn't designed, you know, going, look how tiny it is. I mean, we're not going to be taking out one of these things to try and fend off a zombie. This is just like the knife from like the first layer of stuff. If you go out and murder a deer, in fact, let's get ourselves a deer again. Animal even, if I could type properly. Get a stag out here. Quickly just murder the stag with an axe. Straight in the back of the head. And then if I just like hack it up with, no, you don't count as a, right, I really thought that was going to be like a tool, like, you know, you could gut the deer and get some steak out of it. Turns out you definitely cannot, but the golden axe does some wonderful things. Ah, and it feels good doing it too. So I thought that the golden axe looked cool. I mean, and it does look cool, don't get me wrong, but there's something a little cooler, and it's what we've all been waiting for, the frickin' katana. Look at that. When people think of like, hey, I want a sword, they're not thinking of, you know, a full like claymore sword, like a knight sword or anything like that. Everyone wants a katana. Look at that. I've been studying the ways of the blade, and now that the zombie apocalypse has come, Arlene won't know what to do with me. She doesn't even know what I'm capable of unleashing. That looks so awesome. What else is there? Whoa! Look at this! Okay, I take it back. This is like a scythe that even the Grim Reaper would be like, oh man, I'm pretty jealous. I kind of want that scythe. And you know that if the Grim Reaper is jealous and wants to trade in his age-old scythe to take on your one, that is a good looking scythe. That looks wicked. What else we got? We got a spear. That looks awesome too. And Thor's hammer. Well, I mean, it's interesting range of weapons that you have here. They all have something to offer. I'm excited to use all of them. But I mean, that frickin' this scythe thing. What's this even called again? A soul harvester. It really is the Grim Reaper's scythe. But that's probably what I'm most excited about. What about Thor's hammer? Kind of just like, the range is pretty good on it. Hell, the range is really good on it. Holy shit! Look how far I can hit Arlene's from. What about the power attack? Okay, the animation's a little bit cooked, but that's okay. That's not a big of a deal. Oh, it's taken off her arm from so far away. Honestly, look how far away I can fucking nail these chicks from. That's ridiculous. All the way from like 20 meters away. This is what you need. See, the clubs in 7 days are useless, as I was talking about in one of the last Impossible Mode videos. But if I had this actually has some value. I can understand this. Oh, I'll kill you from the other side of the world. All right, let's test out this soul harvester. What's it gonna do for me? It's gonna fuck Arlene up. That was a power stroke. What about a normal stroke? Okay, she can survive a hit from a power stroke, but like, survive a hit from a normal stroke rather, or even 2. Or, no, not 3, but a power stroke from this, oh, just messes them up immediately, which it probably should. If you look at the size of the point on that side, that's pretty ridiculous. What about the spear? I assume the spear will have a long reach. I should be able to stab it from like here, maybe? No, what about like here? Should be able to get him. Yeah, there we go. From a pretty decent distance away. But that's the entire reason of using a polearm. You use one of these, you don't have to get up close and personal. You can still do some damage. But last but not least, speaking of getting up close and personal and doing some damage, the katana. Huh? Yes, that's satisfying. I love it. We're moving into the top tier weapons. Now, these are the best of the best. So much so that they even have cool names, like this sword called the Punisher. Does 28 damage, so more than the axe and as much as the flail. So that seems to be the cap. 28 melee damage. That's fine. Sword of Valor, also 28. We've got a Hellslayer, which looks like a fucking wicked axe. That's also 28. We've got a lightsaber, 28, and a riot shield. Now, the riot shield is making it a little bit interesting because melee damage 1, block damage 1, magazine size 5. I don't actually know what the riot shield does. I'm going to equip it and see how we go. Holy crap, it's... That's wicked. Have a look at this. That's fucking awesome. So I assume... Oh, wait, hang on. Let me just see if I can go hit a zombie with it. I am moving just very, very slowly. That kind of makes my assumption. So I was going to say, I assume that, like, this is, like, the oh shit. Kind of like I had the oh shit shotgun, where, you know, a horde of zombies shows up, and I'm about to get fuckoed, so I pull out my oh shit shotgun and try my best to try and survive. This must be that. Like, when you have this, you must be able to protect against an Arlene. If I can get over to her, I'm going to try and do some damage. No, I can't do anything. Oh, it needs gas. All right, so I need to refuel you. Take some of this. Reload. Yep, put some petrol into your riot shield. That makes sense. Alright, what about now? Oh, it's like instant knockdown. Okay, that's kind of cool. So yeah, this must be like shit has hit the fan and you're trying to back out of a building. So you've got no choice. You can't kill anything, but you can knock over some zombies on your way out to try and keep yourself alive. That's awesome. I love that. Plus, it's got a light on the front, which also makes it cool. There is also a lightsaber. I've chosen the purple lightsaber, clearly, because why wouldn't I? I've done a whole episode on lightsabers before. This isn't the same, Scythe or Zith or whatever his name, how you pronounce his name. This isn't the same mod that he uses. This is Mayic's version. I mean, you can use whatever lightsaber suit your fancy. You can go full Jedi and choose your own lightsaber. No one's going to judge you for that. But then there's also this Hellslayer, which looks fucking wicked. Look at that. That is, I mean, I think it's supposed to be two-handed. You swing like it's two-handed, but the handle doesn't quite reach your other hand. But that is some serious business. That is a serious-looking axe, and I hope it does some serious damage to match. Holy shit, yes it does! So I really can only assume that all the axes have, like, increased dismemberment chance. Because every axe I've used has taken something else. I mean, this chick lost her head about it. I then got so excited about the Hell axe. What was it called again? The Hellslayer axe. That her mind completely blew. It's like Tenacious D when he does not need a microphone. Oh boy, okay. Now, let's try out the Punisher, which also looks cool. It's just, I mean, I don't think you understand what the Punisher actually is until I get out of first person and slowly pan around and show you just how freaking big this sword is. This is like some anime level sword. It's even got a dragon on the hilt. That looks wicked. That is a wicked weapon model. I quite like that. All right, are you going to take off some heads or some arms or whatever? Or are you just going to be like a regular sword? Nope, you're taking off heads as well. That's awesome. That was just a regular stroke too. Holy shit! The Punisher is not here to fuck spiders! Oh, it finally didn't take off a head. It is here to fuck up Arlene's neck, left, right, and fucking center. That was awesome. 3 decapitations in a row. Give me one more. Give me one more. Ah, boo! Boo wins! I almost forgot about the Sword of Valor as well. That's like full, like, Knights of the Crusade spec. It's got some nice engraving on it. This is the kind of thing you put on the King's tomb when he dies. It looks nice, though. I hope it does as much damage as I hope it's going to. I mean, I already know what damage it does, but I hope it's got, like, the effects of the axe. It feels good to swing. It feels nice and juicy. Jesus Christ, Ali. Put that shit away. Doesn't have any dismemberment chance though. Well, it probably has a chance, but it's not like the last one where the first couple of swings was just taking body parts off left, right, and center. Out of all 4 Arlenes, no one lost anything. No one lost a part of their body. That's slightly disappointing. There is one more weapon that I have to show you guys. I didn't put it in this box because I want it to be a surprise. And for once in my life, I'm going to resist the temptation to put this in the thumbnail so that you actually get a reward and like, a surprise actually pays off. So you have no idea what I'm about to show you. But in this box over here is one of my favorite weapons of all time. It's an icon of the gaming world. And if you don't know what it is, when I immediately open this crate, I'll be very, very, very disappointed. And I feel like I need to get my operatic singing on to try and describe how awesome this is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The Halo sword. Oh, there's no way in hell I'll be able to sing the tune right. Oh, it's good. It's good. It looks good. I freaking love it. I'm so excited that like people think to put this kind of stuff in the game. There's always a unique weapon from each kind of game that like stands out as the weapon of that game. I mean, Halo has a couple. You probably go like the pistol or the assault rifle, but most people would know about the energy sword. But instead of taking this to an elite or a brute somewhere and eventually running out of battery, instead I'm just gonna mess up some Arlenes with it. I'm gonna spawn a couple in there, get them to separate a little bit. Bonk. Just like that. There we go. Alright. I hope you do as much damage as I hope you do. The Halo sword does 24 damage. It does less damage than the other swords and the other axes. That's a little disappointing. It should be a one-hit kill. It was a one-hit kill in Halo. It should be a one-hit kill with this. And it doesn't dismember. Oh, man. I mean, I love that it's in here. I love that it's part of the game. But this should be like the ultimate. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it does do some dismemberment. This should be like the ultimate melee weapon. You should get some of this. Make its durability like 6. Like, go full Halo spec. Make it so you only get, like 10 shots out of the Halo sword before it needs repairing. It needs to recharge its battery. That's how I would do it. That's how I wish it would be done. But that's okay. You can't win them all. I don't have the talent to make this mod, so I'm at the whim of people like legends like Mayic who make it how they see fit, so I can't really complain. Oh, I'm just happy that it's here. I'm happy to be holding the energy sword once again. So now that we've had a look at all the weapons that are available in this mod, it's time to have a look at some of the mods. So I've chosen my Grim Reaper-esque scythe, the one that is going to be coming for me later on to try and steal from me, because it just looks freaking awesome. But I've got all the mods I can possibly get all in here. Now, I have been kind of teed up on what some of these things do, specifically like these casement ones here, the ones that look like actual blocks, there's another one there, are like skins for the weapon itself. I'll try and get it so the actual scythe is in frame when I'm in the menu, right about there. That'll do. So if I get you and I go modify, and I put on like the tempered one, is that, wait for it. There we go. Yeah, see, it changes, like, the skin of the weapon. Now, this doesn't happen for all of the weapons. Most of them, I'm pretty sure. It also puts the damage up heaps. Look at that. 20 plus 20, that 52 damage. Holy shit, that would do a lot of damage. That is genuinely, like, a one-hit kill. What about the other ones? What about, like, oh, magma. What's that going to do to it? Just makes it orange. So it's just kind of like, there's no, like, kind of status effects to it. But, it does definitely... Wait, why have I got melee? Oh, because that's some of my perks. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I probably should have thought about it before I started doing this thing. Poisons, probably gonna just make it green. Yeah, so it doesn't actually like give the weapon any effects. Like you're not gonna poison anyone with the poison casement. It just changes like the skin on the end of it. Golden makes it gold. Electric makes it blue, I assume. Kind of suppose it looks like steel. That's pretty cool. But then, once you've chosen your desired case, I'm going to keep it bland just so I can show off the actual other stuff as well. Then you get to choose some of the actual status effects you can impart onto the zombies. For example, if I get, where is it? The poison setting. The poison mod even. Look, it starts dripping with poison on the end of it over there. I get that. I get out of the menu and I go down to the sea of Arlenes I've made myself just down here. Hup! Then I can walk up to any Arlene I want and go, boom. Just hit her once. Look at that. Now she's all poisoned and goopy and yuck. She's like, oh no. Oh, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And slowly, oh, I don't have my stats anymore. I can't seem to get hear her getting hurt. Eventually, I'm hoping I might hit a couple more actually, just in case. You and you. Oh, I looked away for 2 seconds and she finally died. So you can poison them, make them poison. You just have to hit them once and you can run away. Imagine running into a POI, smacking a couple of people in the face, poisoning them, running outside and letting them die. Save yourself from any sort of harm and let the status effect of poison take care of them. So that's the poison one, but there's so many more to choose from. What else can we do in here? I've put on electric blade, which looks freaking awesome over there. That looks actually, that looks wonderful. So if I hit you, do you get electrified like you ran into an electric fence? Yes, you do. I was hoping that'd be what it was. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the electrified stutter. Doesn't really do— oh, God! What? So, the first swing was a regular swing. The second was a power swing. Does can I separate you just a little bit? Get out here. I want to move you out just a little bit. So, if I hit you with a regular swing, it just electrifies you. Okay, interesting. It makes sense. But if I move another one out just a little bit, because I don't want to do the same one twice in case she dies. If I move you out here and I go power swing. Holy shit, that is awesome. Does that work with the poison as well? So does a power swing with these things put the effect onto multiple zombies instead of having to go like individually? I'll go over to you, power swing. No, okay, so it's just the electric. That makes kind of sense though. So the electric one arcs between zombies and moves between them. That's so freaking cool. What about fire? Oh shit, if I didn't just throw it on the ground, I threw it weird on the ground. Get you, go fire blade in there, complete. The blade gets on fire. That's wicked. Alright. Oh. Alright, that's right, I poisoned her. That makes sense. Alright, fire. Can I set you all on fire? Oh yes I can! Oh, that's so cool! I mean, it'd be better if— oh, she died straight away. It'd be better if fire actually did anything in the way of damage. As we discovered when we were testing out some of the traps, fire does precious little damage. So unless this has been boosted, which it seems like it hasn't because they're all still alive, yeah, fire just doesn't really do anything of note. It's a bit of a weak status effect. It does a little bit, but nothing much. You know, it doesn't— the poison's definitely the way to go, or the electricity. Okay, so you gotta hit him a couple times for fire to do enough damage to kill him. Are you gonna die? You've been nothing. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for the loot, but I don't need it. Well, we've got one zombie left. So she's already been hit a couple times. What seems like the best one to use on her? What does like a saw mod do? Nothing? Can I fire saws at things? No. Can I? It doesn't really do anything. Wait, is there something? Oh, Jesus, sorry. Oh, there's just a little saw on the end of it probably just increases the damage. I was really hoping it'd like fire some saws at the end of it. What about the shuriken one? I know the shuriken one, does that fire shurikens? Given that the saw mod doesn't, I have my doubts about it, but let's give it a try anyway. Grab you. No, you can see the shurikens just like stuck in the end of the thing as well. Okay, so the shuriken mod and the saw mod don't work quite how I expected them to, but they still work well in the way of dealing more damage. That's a little bit useless, I think. If you want to like light up a zombie and make her look like she's a flare, you can use the smoke blade mod and just go like this, go bang, and then oh no, she died on that one. I mean, you saw what happened to the first one. Just kind of makes her all kind of smoky. But I want to see what else is in here. I want to test. Actually, I want to test the ice. So if I have one of these and I come over here and I say, "Hey, Arlene, please come and fight me." Come on, over this way, and then I go like, no, if I actually hit it. Are you all stuck? No, they just move really slowly. That's a little bit frustrating. I hope they'd stay exactly where they were when I hit them. I can't do it again. Oh, you can't do the effect twice. You can only do it once. You can't freeze them a second time. That's a little bit annoying. I was really hoping I freeze them in their place. Run away. Oh, man. I mean, that's fine, though. It slows them down a lot. Freezing in place is very bit much to ask. Right, it's important to note, though, that you can't put the status effect on them twice. You have to do a fresh lot on a fresh zombie each time. Ow, stop! Get off me, you bitches! Fuck! We've got time for 2 more. Let's go lava drip, because that looks kind of cool. You're going to set them on fire as well? Is that what you do? Oh, yes, you do. I hope you do more damage than the last kind of fire. Does this spread like the last one as well? No, it doesn't. Okay, so there's the difference between, like, you know, fire blade and fire and, like, magma, that kind of stuff. So, not all of them do exactly the same thing, which is, like, you know, experiment. You know, use them. See what is the best one. But the other one I wanted to use was Holy Blade. Just because I put it on before and I had a look at what it is. It's like a little halo on the end. Plus, it lights everything up, which is nice. So you can see everything around you, and you can hit it with the holy power of God. What the fuck? I turned Arlene into an angel. I took her soul out. Her soul's gone to heaven and Arlene's just glowing left on the ground. Does that kill her? Wait, can I hit a bunch of you with this? No, I can straight up murder you though. What about you? It seems a power attack with this axe is just a one-hit kill at this point. You have no soul anymore, so I have no use for you. Can I take some more souls, please? That's so funny. That's so cool. I love that. Let's just make a room full of angels. See, the Arlene's on fire. Are still on fire, and that's fine. But that's so funny. That's awesome. Oh man, I quite enjoy that I can either take their souls or just obliterate them with one-shot kills. That's so good. Well, there you go. That is all of the mod I'm going to do. Usually when I do these things, I don't show you everything in the mod, so there's still something for you to go and explore and discover yourself. So there are still things in this melee modlet that I haven't shown, so you should absolutely go download it. Get yourself some brand new weapons and some awesome modlets for those weapons. Start sapping some souls out of the zombies. Make them regret ever being reanimated and coming back to life, and take their souls and send them to hell. Oh man, this mod is so freaking cool. So I will have to leave this mod showcase here, because look at that. That is daunting as shit. I'm not sure whether it's the aviators in the assassin's hood or the glowing ring of death on the end of my giant scythe, but that looks freaking awesome. But I'll have to come back and play some more 7 days and show off some more cool mods in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If you like to make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.